Hello everyone, welcome to Red Snapper, my name's MJ, and you know my previous intros went well if I start the video like that. This is Snapper Pass, the series where we look at the new cards coming to Marvel Snap each week, and this week it's a new season, so we've got our Season Pass card, which we've already looked at in our prior video, and we've got Goliath, our Spotlight card. Goliath is a 2/1, ongoing +1 power for each other ongoing card you have in play. In this video we're going to be looking at the mechanics around Goliath. We'll give you some awesome deck ideas and we'll talk about everything to do with the card. It's going to be an awesome time. You can use the chapters below to skip to the section that you want. And guys, I have to absolutely bully you right now. You have to subscribe. No. If you enjoy these videos, and you do come back time and time again and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribe. I actually have got the start of a headache. That's probably not a good idea. Yeah, please consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. Okay, let's get into the Spotlight variants that Goliath is alongside. This Spotlight week, right? This is a great week for a lot of players, I think. This is... Sorry, I just went absolutely mental there. Yeah, so he's alongside Cersei, who is a Series 5 card, so we love the value here. And this Spotlight variant is pretty nice, even for players who do have Cersei. And Gwenpool, this is Gwenpool's first time in Spotlights. Obviously, she was a Season Pass... No, not obviously, you may not know. She was a Season Pass card, okay? So, yeah, this is really cool, and it's a pretty nice variant, so... And also, just Gwenpool doesn't have many variants whatsoever. So, this is awesome. Really great week. Massively recommend it.
Let's move on. What the... Seriously, is this what we're doing? So, first and foremost, there's a bird there, or there. Don't know which way I should be pointing. There is a bird there, because, yeah, gags are hard to... There's a bird there. So, straight away, you know that I have a bad relationship with birds on this channel. And second of all, what on earth is going on with the sides? Do we really need to do... Yes, I get it. I obviously get it. He's a giant. Goliath. I'm not stupid, but can we stop with this bullshit? We need to move on to the mechanics.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. So I think the archetypes that Goliath is going to fit into include, obviously, the ongoing archetype. The Caps archetype, we've recently seen it, sorry, I'm just adjusting my background. The Caps archetype, we'll see some decks later on and we'll have some proper discussions, but obviously Sam Wilson creates an ongoing card right there on the board. So just straight away, Goliath is a 2-power card, so we like that. Zoo archetype, Zoo kind of goes somewhat hand in hand with playing a lot of ongoing cards, so that's the thought process behind that. Set power, it's going to be really nice to buff up Goliath's power via cards like Bast and Agent Venom, and there's loads of other ongoing cards that love those cards as well, so I think he'll fit nicely into that. Patriot, again, for all the reasons that I just said really, and the Doom archetype. Doom 2099 creates lots of ongoing cards. You play Doom 2099 on turn 4, that's already 2 ongoing cards, and then if you play an ongoing card for the remaining 2 turns of the game, that is another 2 each turn, so really nice. So in general, Goliath, right, he's a new default cheap ongoing card. I think he might be people's go-to, oh, I just need a cheap ongoing card. I think he might be that, because if you think about other cards like Ravonna Renslayer, they're a bit more specific in their kind of synergies, like you need to be playing cards with 1 power. That's a very short list in the game, right? Or 1 or 0 power. Like, it's a very short list. So Ravonna's synergies are a little lower. Gorgon is good, but again, a little bit more specific. Whereas Goliath, I think you're just generally going to want him to be playing ongoing cards in the decks that he'll work in. So I think he'll slot in nicely as that default card. He scales every time you play an ongoing card. Not even that even. Okay, say even again, it might help. But he's not like a collector or a meek, okay? He doesn't have to be on the board to get the buff. So you can play him at the end of the game. It's fine, you can play him on turn 6 if you've got nothing better. He can still be a very high power card. And we are starting to get enough lower costed ongoing cards to get more value from a pure Spectrum deck. In the past, Spectrum decks, you know, they've had the higher power cards, like I should say higher power level cards, like Claw or Iron Man on their turn 5, but we're starting to get a lot of really cheap and powerful ongoing cards that you can start filling that deck with a lot more of a lower curve, and so you have more cheaper ongoing cards, which means you're getting more +2 benefits from that final turn spectrum. So I think that's pretty interesting. Pros, he is a cheap scaler, which is always good. We've always seen in the past cards that can reach a high power level for a cheap cost. We absolutely love. He can easily reach 6+ power in an ongoing deck. Honestly, him getting +6 power is it's generous for us to say that low, if that makes sense. He can get 8 +8s +10s. Okay, this guy can be higher than 10 power, sure. There's lots of great synergies with him, as you'll see shortly, and he's a great neutrally good card. The prerequisites are easily achievable. Like we said, with Ravonna Renslayer, the list of cards that have either 0 or 1 power is kind of smaller, isn't it? It's kind of a smaller list, whereas this guy synergizes with every single ongoing card in the game, which is cool. Cons, as always with ongoing cards, there's a lot of counters. I'm sorry, it's not birds distracting me this time, guys. There is a delivery truck across the road. Oh my god, what have they bought? I think it's a mattress, guys. What brand is Otti Pro? So I'm trying to not be obvious in case the neighbours are watching me and wondering why the fuck is that fucking creep looking at our deliveries. Because it is kind of creepy, but yeah, we've got a couple. We've got two. Actually, there's some smaller boxes coming out now. I have no idea what the smaller boxes are. And he may reveal your strategy early. That's the other con. You play him down, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I think I see what's going on here." And like we said, because they've got so many counters, they might be able to be spicy. Anyway, locations. Yeah, a nice little handful of good ones here. Dark Dimension is pretty cool. If you can get him in on turn 2. They probably won't expect you to have played something with as high a power, so they will be able to predict your power levels, which is interesting. Kiln is very nice. You can stick him in there early, and you grow in power every time you play the ongoing card, so that's nice. Cloning Vats is a nice one. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? You play into Cloning Vats, you play into Cloning Vats again, and each of these Goliaths is giving each of your other Goliaths the +1. So that might be nice for a couple of turns. I'd run that for a few turns. Vibranium Mines. Wow, Vibranium Mines does not often come up on cards' good locations, but actually, shuffling cheaper costed ongoing cards in your deck, which they themselves hold a lot of value, that could be quite nice for Goliath. Getting a few of them out might be quite good. Quantum Realm, you can obviously not only get the benefit from his base power level going up to 2, but you're obviously going to easily scale beyond that, so that's really nice. And Onslaught Citadel, really, really good for Goliath. He's going to be absolutely huge. You know, if him growing in power here is emblematic, symbolic of him growing in size, literally.
Oh, go away. No, we're not doing this again.
If that's emblematic of him growing in size, then imagine how freaking huge he's going to be on Onslaught Citadel. So we love that. And bad locations, they are both so obviously bad that I'm not even going to say them out loud, apart from I will for viewers who have, hearing impairments. But I'm certainly not going to explain why they're bad. So you've got Isle of Silence, ongoing effects that are disabled here, of course, and Deep Space, card text is disabled here. I'm not saying why they're bad. You're going to have to figure that one out, I'm sorry. Sorry, that was just really rude out of nowhere, I'm sorry. Anyway, counters. Echo, we say it every time we mention Echo. People don't really play her. I think she's underplayed. We've got 2 ongoing cards coming to the game this week in this brand new season of What If. So if you're ever going to stick Echo in your deck, if you want to climb, and sometimes you struggle climbing, put that cheeky Echo in your deck. I tell you right now, this week she's going to do better than many other weeks. So yeah, that could be a good inclusion. Enchantress, obviously just going to steal that power. Not steal the power, it's going to get rid of your power, but also crucially, guys, it's going to knock that power down so much, you'll just be a flaccid 1 power there, which is really bad. And you may well have other ongoing cards there as well. So yeah, Enchantress is a super good one. Now, I could have included cards here like Red Guardian or Rogue or whatever, but I don't. Rogue, what is Rogue going to do against Goliath? Because, yes, going to steal the power, but it's not. They're paying 3 power to do that, and also they may not have many other ongoing cards themselves, so it's not really a great Rogue. And Red Guardian, if they're Red Guardian Goliath, I think you've already won anyway. It's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, anyway, and Sandman, though, makes all of your cards cost one more. But you want to play lots of cards with Goliath, so we don't like that whatsoever. Right, Synergies. Ooh, we got some nice ones. So we did talk about Captain America Sam Wilson earlier. Not only is it just an extra ongoing card, but when you play this Captain America Sam Wilson down, that is obviously another ongoing card, so it's kind of 2 for 1, so we like that. Ravonna Renslayer not only makes Goliath cheaper, but is obviously another card which synergizes with him, so that's cool. Moonstone is absolute filth with Goliath. I think this is actually the card that we really wanted for Moonstone. I mean, Moonstone already goes so hard with Captain America, but this location here, you could have Goliath, Captain America and Moonstone, and honestly, I don't think you even need to play anything else at that location, because let's just say, at another location, we've got Howard the Duck, or Ant-Man is probably a better example. Then on we got a turn 5 and 6, haven't we? So let's say Howard the Duck, actually. Howard the Duck, then we play Iron Man, and then we play Spectrum. At that location, we got what? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24 power. You can certainly win with that. At this other location, this Moonstone one, it's what? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 35, 36. It's like a 40 power, it's nearly a 40 power location. It's absolutely ridiculous. You don't even need that higher power. Don't even play Captain America there, in a way. So Spectrum's obviously amazing as well. Let's look at the deck. So our first deck is our budget deck. There's only got one Series 6... There's only got one Series 5 card in, which is, of course, Goliath. This is kind of like an ongoing and Patriot deck. So we have got Patriot in here. We have got Ultron, which is like our Patriot line. Other than that, we've got Quinjet, just because whilst we're not generating any cards, I just wanted a cheap ongoing card in here, and I didn't want it to be Ebony Maw. But then we've got Dazzler. We've got the likes of Ravonna Renslayer, who works well with a few of the cards in here. Patriot, Mr. Fantastic, and, of course, Goliath himself. We have got the... Oh god, we've got 2 Series 5 cards in here. We've got Moonstone in here. I'm so sorry, I've betrayed you, budget people. Okay, budget people, you got to buy Moonstone. Sorry. But don't worry, because Moonstone's amazing. So, anyway, the rest of that deck explains itself. So let's move on to the ongoing Unleashed deck. This deck, I think, is freaking crazy, right? This is a Doom deck, so we can actually afford to play the Ebony Maw in this deck, because... potentially we can either scale that location with Goliath, so you play Goliath in there first, and then maybe play Ebony Maw on turn 3. Then we can get power in there either with the Doom 2099, with the Doom, with Mr. Fantastic, or with Claw. So ideally you want to play Ebony Maw on the middle or right location. Yeah, so good. And the Spectrum as well. So we've got lots of ways to get power in the Ebony Maw location which you've locked down, so that's fine. Other than that, you've just got really strong, really powerful ongoing cards, like Speed. The Doom 2099 is nice. Honestly, we could even play the Moonstone on turn 5. We don't mind playing that instead of like our Doom or Iron Man. That's absolutely fine, because it puts out so much power depending on where it is. If you have the Mr. Fantastic especially, that's really nice. And then, boom, the deck plays itself. This, I think, is really, really nice. And yeah, looking forward to playing this one. And then our final deck is actually a Mr. Negative deck. Something that I've not even mentioned thus far in this video is the potential synergy with Mr. Negative here. So we have got Goliath, we've got Ravonna, because she works so well with a lot of these other cards. We're getting lots of flips via our Mr. Negative. This is a kind of Null and Arnim Zola version, which usually I would always put Shang-Chi in that style of deck. And I think if you can fit Shang-Chi in here, sure, go for it. Maybe even swap out the Cassandra Nova or something and just go all in hard on the next stuff. But yeah, he fits in here nicely because you've got so many ongoing cards. He's a nice little card to just, yeah. And you can. The great thing about him actually is you can play him down early in a Mr. Negative deck and he still scales. That is probably the most crucial thing about him when you stick him in a Mr. Negative deck. You can play him down early because there's not many cards that you can play in a Mr. Negative deck early that themselves gain power. It doesn't really happen. So it's kind of the first time we've seen it, which is pretty cool. Now, these things really help out my channel. If you like the video, if you subscribe, there's still loads of you that aren't subscribed, please do so. And if you turn on notifications as well, that is also very good. Right. Star ratings, 4 stars. I think he's really good. I think he's just easy to play. He's an easy card. He's simple. And I think he's really strong. Going to be really powerful. And by the way, I love the artwork. I love the base artwork. I think it's really cool. Like the fact that it's got birds on there and he just looks huge and imposing. I love it. Great what they can do with artwork, eh, guys? From a fun perspective, though, are scalers fun? They kind of are, but at the same time, he's very uncomplicated, isn't he? But for the archetype, I do think he's 4 stars. I think he is going to push the ongoing archetype really nicely. And I do think he's strong. So from a competitive standpoint, I give him 4 stars as well. And that means he is a snap. I do think he is a snap. I'm definitely going in on this card. I love him a lot, to be honest. Like I said, love everything about him, so I'm definitely I'm gonna bang all over this one, guys. And I think the Spotlight week overall is fantastic as well. Now, because this is like a double week, we had a suggestion. Who was it? It was from Syed Amir Azar. They gave a suggestion like a week or two ago about doing a feature where we look at the last week's card. Obviously, can't do that this week because it is a 2 new cards game week. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please annihilate the like button to make this video do well and stuff, and I'll see you next time.